in Massachusetts. So thank you all for being here. I am honored to be in the secretary position. I'm also honored today to be our MC for the program. So we have an action-packed program, and I want to first get started with thanking a few special folks. So we are lucky in our state to have amazing AANHPI legislators. So for all of our legislators, please. We have awesome AANHPI folks here in our state government team. So we have our Secretary Yvonne, we have Karen from HHS, we have many cabinet secretaries. Thank you so much for our state team. And I also want to especially call out our friends from our consulates. We have our consul generals from Korea and Taiwan, and we partner so well together. Thank you so much to our consulates for being here. And we have so many other incredible members. You know, everyone knows me. I talk about Team Massachusetts all the time. And we are an incredible team. We are the best team. And I look around the room, especially here in our AANHPI community, we have the best team. Here in the room, we have Lydia Lowe from the Globe. We have our new CEO of the Boston Ballet. Where is she? Our CEO of the Boston Ballet. We have CEOs from all kinds of awesome companies, like climate tech company called Envision, an awesome software company called Jellyfish. Andrew's here. We have folks from Wayfair. We have all of our community members, Danielle, QJ, everyone here. Thank you so much for being part of Team Massachusetts. We're the best. We have an awesome program for you today. We have some extremely cute performers who are going to be coming out to do a performance for us from an elementary school. And we're also going to be giving out some very well-deserved citations to some of the leaders in our community. And we have some remarks from our amazing governor, the leader of Team Massachusetts. Before we do all that, I thought I would just maybe take a moment to share some reflections on where we are as an AANHPI community right now here today. And I thought maybe just reflect a little bit on where our community is in terms of the context of the world, in context of our country, and also thinking about our community here in our state. And it's interesting times. When I think about our community in the context of the world, we were all here at this event exactly in this place a year ago. And since then, we now have in our world not one but two wars going on, both of them pretty terrible. And in the last year, we've had a lot more increasing rhetoric about being in a Cold War with China, which is the country where my parents and grandparents are from. And it's interesting times. And I want to just make a point that I heard someone make at an event recently that I think is a really important point to make as we think about the complexity and the challenges in our world. I was at an event recently where someone was making a speech talking about how China is our biggest competitor. And we have to worry, and we have to compete, and we have to fight against China. But then this person paused and said, it's really important that we make a distinction. When we talk about competing against China, we're talking about the Chinese Communist government. We're not talking about our Chinese Americans or AANHPI community. We embrace and welcome everyone here as part of that community, and it's really important to make that distinction. And I just want to make sure we pause for a moment because we are living in a crazy world, and we know that we haven't always been good at making that distinction. We know that in World War II, we took Japanese Americans, many of them who've been in this country for multiple generations, who didn't even speak Japanese, and we took them out of their homes and put them into internment camps. Because we didn't make a distinction between Japanese people and Japanese Americans. And so as we think about the complexities of the world, I think it's really important that we pause for a moment and make sure we're clear about that. So the world is challenging and complex. So how are we doing in our country? How's our AANHPI community doing? Well, you know, the good news is we are the fastest growing demographic in the country, which is awesome. And we have such diversity. But like the world, in our country, we have some challenges. So there's an organization called the Asian American Foundation, TAF. How many here know TAF? Yeah. So they had their annual meeting a couple weeks ago in New York City, and actually Mayor Wu was there to represent us. And at that meeting, they published a report that they've done, looking at the Asian American community. And what the report found was not great. We have work to do here in our country. So the report found that 60% of Asian Americans here have experienced in the last 12 months feelings of hatred directed at them, anti-Asian sentiments. And 30% of Asian Americans have experienced someone attacking them with a racial slur or verbal harassment. We should be doing better than that as a country. We also, the survey showed that Asian Americans are the demographic group, despite being the fastest growing, they're the demographic group that least feels like they belong in America. Only 40% of Asian American respondents said they feel like they belong. And when asked why that is, it's lower than every other group. They said, well, we don't feel like we have enough representation, we don't see ourselves in leadership, and we don't feel like we belong. So we have work to do in our country. So how are we doing in our state? Of course, we're Massachusetts. We're doing way better because we lead in Massachusetts. And when we talk about representation, look at where we are in our state. We have our amazing legislators representing our community. We have amazing folks in state government. We have amazing people in this room. We have our amazing Mayor Wu. All of us are representing, and we are leading in Massachusetts. And top of that list is our governor and lieutenant governor, who care so deeply about diversity and who care so deeply about this community. So we're doing better in our state. Of course we are, because we're Team Massachusetts. But even in our state, we still have work to do. So QJ did a study last year of the Asian American businesses in Massachusetts, which, by the way, again, are growing faster than the average for businesses. So Asian American businesses in Massachusetts are a big economic growth driver. However, when we did the survey, QJ did the survey, the results were very clear. Asian American business owners feel less supported, feel like they have less access to grants, to technical assistance, to capital than any other group. So even here in our state, we have work to do. But of course, we're going to do that work. We're Massachusetts and we lead. So I just want to end with a personal reflection. And I think I mentioned this last year, but I feel incredibly lucky to be here. And it's very improbable that my grandmothers had their feet bound in China, and my parents were born there, went to Taiwan, and came to the U.S. And they worked so hard, and they sacrificed so much, like so many of you and so many of our families, because they believe in the American dream. And I am the product of the American dream. Now, we're living in a strange and complicated world, strange and complicated country. Sometimes I worry about the American dream. But you know what I really believe in? I believe in the Massachusetts dream. I believe in this team and all of you that we are going to continue to lead and do the right things for our AANHPI community and for everyone. So thank you all so much for being here and for doing all the incredible work. We have a lot to celebrate and a lot more to do. And with that, I'm going to introduce our elementary school friend from the Josiah Quincy Elementary School in Chinatown to give a cultural performance. Now we want to make sure we have a chance to honor and to recognize some of our awesome leaders of our AANHPI community. We're going to recognize 5 leaders here, and I'd like for each of them, when I call their name, to come up, and we will honor them with our citations. For our team, Massachusetts, and our AANHPI community. With that, I'm going to hand it over to the captain of Team Massachusetts, our governor, Mr. Thank you, Secretary Howe. Isn't she fantastic? Secretary Howe, leading economic development for the state. Sitting next to her today is another one of our colleagues, our Undersecretary of Public Safety, Gina Kwan, and they represent just some of what is fabulous about this team and this administration. We're so grateful to both of you, and we want to welcome everyone on behalf of the Lieutenant Governor and myself and our entire team. We want to welcome everyone today to the State House, to the People's House, as we celebrate Asian American, Native Hawaiian, Pacific Islander Heritage Month here in Massachusetts. Director General Liao from the Taipei Economic and Cultural Office, and all
who are here today. And I just want to, as a matter of privilege, invite up our colleagues from the legislature. We have with us Representative Tuyet Tran. Massachusetts, and it's a privilege to be able to work with all of you. I know that we all join in congratulating our fabulous honorees today. Thank you for what you do and what you represent to so many people. So many people have been so impacted by your work, by your care, by your curiosity, by your interest, by taking people under your wings over many, many years. And that is so powerful, and we honor you today for that and are so grateful to you for that. And speaking of gratitude, let's hear it for our wonderful performers from the Josiah Quincy Middle School. How about them? So this community that we celebrate today has made and continues to make Massachusetts stronger and better. This is a large community, a diverse community, and also one of our fastest growing communities in Massachusetts. It's Chinese American, Vietnamese American, Japanese American, Korean American, and so much more. We know that Asian Americans are leading across every industry, across every facet of our state and our country. And we would not be the successful state that we are and have the opportunities that we have were it not for all of you and your families and generations who come before you. So we honor you today and thank you for your contributions. I know that Mayor Michelle Wu could not be here today, but we were together in Rome, in the Vatican, some of you may have seen, for a major summit on climate change and resilience. It was amazing to be at an event together with global leaders who recognize that Massachusetts is a state and Boston is a city that is about leading the way forward. Now, so much of that leadership, from Mayor Wu to Secretary Howe to everybody in this room, is because of this community. Tracy Palanchon's also here. She too is with us in Rome and in the Vatican. She's helping us through her company, Social Finance, a nonprofit that innovates social impact investing, to create a new partnership that's going to power us forward, bringing jobs into climate technology, right? And being what we need to be to build the workforce to lead the clean energy revolution right here from Boston, right here from Massachusetts. And it's that kind of partnership, it's those kinds of bold steps that we have always been about. Massachusetts is a state. We are committed to making sure that we are welcoming, that we are inclusive, that we are equitable, and that we celebrate that richness in our communities every single day. But today is a special day where we have the opportunity to celebrate in this particularly special way the work of our AANHPI community. It is our strength. It is something that will continue to see Massachusetts forward. It is something that we are counting on from all of you to help us further, and know that we are just so grateful to you. So now is the moment in the program we'll have an opportunity to go over and make official the signing here of the proclamation declaring this AANHPI Heritage Month. But know that while we're declaring this to be a particular month, I know I speak on behalf of all of us in the administration that this is something that we truly celebrate every single day, 365 days a year, here in the great Commonwealth of Massachusetts. So thank you all for coming out today.
2, 3. All right, thanks everybody. Okay, everybody look right here first.